Hello and welcome to TorahReaders.net. My name is Gideon Paul and I am the creator of Torah Readers. Torah Readers is a unique cloud-based program that simplifies the sign-up and management of Torah reading assignments. Designed to be simple and quick for the end user, this program hides all the complexity of defining a reading schedule. This video shows how the administrator will access and configure the system. As we showed in the previous video, after logging in, I have access to the home page. Here, I see any readings that I'm currently assigned to. Clicking on the reading will take me directly to the details of that parsha. I can also see anybody else who's reading together with me. As an administrator, I have access to the administration options. Parsha management is the place where I go and define a new parsha. Here, I see a list of all the parshiot that are currently unread and available for sign up. They have two states, published or unpublished. I start a new parsha. Here, I select the book that I'm going to read. I select the parsha from the drop-down list. And then I can select whether I'm doing a full kriya, a weekday kriya, or a specific triennial year. The default for this temple is triennial year, and it is year 2. The date is auto-populated for me. I can fill in any comments related to this parsha, for instance, if it's a bar mitzvah or a special Shabbat. And then I get all the readings predefined for that week. If it's a special maftir and haftarah, I can select that option and select this special parsha. It automatically populates the maftir and the haftarah if required. I can select to reduce the amount of aliyot that are in use this week or increase them by adding an additional aliyah as might be required. In this case, I can enter a name for that aliyah. I'm just going to call it 8. And any verses that are going to be read for this aliyah. This is very useful for special Shabbatot, such as bar mitzvahs, where we want to provide more aliyot than normal. People will then be able to sign up for this extra aliyot. I can select to add aliyot and remove aliyot from the list. Once I'm ready, I can click to publish it, so that people can sign up, or save and publish later. I'm just going to cancel out of this. I'll quit that. Likewise, we can define holiday readings. In this case, I select the holiday. Here, I'm going to select Simchat Torah as an example. And it brings up all the readings for Simchat Torah. As we can see here, it's brought up the Chatan Kala and the Chatan Bereshit. We can then select the date and decide, is this a Shabbat or not? If it is a Shabbat, it adjusts the readings and adds in 2 additional readings as required. If it's not a Shabbat, it just stays on the 5 readings plus maftir and haftarah. I'm going to quit this out as well. Let's go back now to the reading. Here we have a predefined reading. As an administrator, I can go in and edit any aspects of this reading. I can fill in any clergy notes or any additional notes that are required for this Shabbat. And if needed, I can assign a member directly to a reading. This is very useful when we have members who can't access the system for some reason, or we want to predefine the readers before we publish this to the public. As you can see here, I've assigned myself to this reading. Likewise, I can unassign readers. Any readers that are pre-assigned, other users will not be able to select that reading. The readers will get a notification in their email that they have been signed up for a specific reading, just as if they had selected it themselves. Coming back to the administrator menu, we do have administration options. Let's take a close look at these. Here we have the list of members. When we have a new member signing up, we will get a notification and we'll be able to approve them. we can add a user and administrator or an author from this page. We can add in a temporary user. This is very useful, for instance, at bar mitzvahs where we have a guest reading. And we can add a new member. This avoids a member having to go through the registration process, and they will get an email with their temporary password, which they can sign in with. There's a mail option. This is for communicating with your members regarding Torah reading. This is very widely used by most synagogues. We select who's going to receive. The default is everybody who's registered. And we put in a subject and define the content of the email. Once sent, this email will be saved to a list. Another option is to add a welcoming message for your members on the homepage of Torah readers. This is a unique message that you can customize for your own temple. Another option for administrators here is to see reports. Here we can see different types of reports by user in both bar and pie chart, and a list of our top readers. All of these reports can be filtered by date. So if I go back a couple of months here and select, for instance, let's have from June the 1st through to today, our report gets filtered. The default is to show the readers of the last 90 days. So as we can see here now, we can produce reports. We can see who read when. We can see who read like this time last year, or who read any specific parsha. Let's go have a look at the temple settings. These are usually predefined. You define your temple name. If you have a program of readers, you can define it here. And then the maximum number of pending readers that a user can have. There's some notification options here. For instance, as a cantor, you could be notified who signed up and when, what is the current perennial year, and the administration email that emails will be sent from. Here, we have the details of your temple for billing purposes, and any invoices, be they paid, or delinquent, outstanding, you can see them here. We have seen that Torah Readers is very easy to use for the end user, but it's also easy to use for administrative purposes, to set up the parshiot, the specific readings, to assign users, and to export reports of who read what and when. It is truly a one-of-a-kind service that's now in use by many synagogues. It has a proven track record of saving time, streamlining the reading process, and increasing lay-led readings. I hope that I have piqued your interest. If you wish to learn more, please feel free to contact me at the email address shown on the screen. Thank you.